G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a chainsaw. Specifically, it's a Romington Super 76 chainsaw. Yeah, I see what you did there, Bethesda. And right off the bat, this thing's preview transformers all over the place. It's not really as centered as it should be, but the bugs don't stop there, I'll tell you that much. So this is actually a flaming chainsaw. We've got the dual bar and the flamer mods, which we'll get to a little bit later when we look at the attachments of this. But with all of those things attached, we're doing 30 and 10 ballistic and energy damage respectively, which is quite honestly not great. I think we did more with our drill unspec'd, but unfortunately we can't increase that damage from being spec'd. So if we go ahead and chuck on, or would logically boost this weapon's damage, some slugger perks, which I've just scrolled through heaps, but there's Master Slugger, still 30 and 10. Okay, maybe it's something to do with Gladiator. That's melee weapons, right? Nope. Still 30 and 10. Perhaps it's a heavy gun because you hold it like a minigun. Nope. Nothing in the strength tree actually boosts this thing's damage. So instead of having anything of use in terms of damage here, we're going to chuck on Barbarian, Bear Arms, Blocker, and yeah, Bear Arms is just for, you know, making sure we can carry all the heavy guns that I have in my inventory without getting slowed down. And I guess Basher, because this thing kind of bashes like a regular heavy gun, which is really weird. But going back to the perk tree, we can go ahead and give ourselves a little bit more damage from Bloody Mess. So basically, this is kind of like the railway rifle of the melee variety. It's going to be very underwhelming, and it doesn't stop there, I'll tell you that much. So quickly taking a look at this thing's attachments, we've just got the bars here which don't change the damage despite, you know, having different sort of things. Like this is supposed to be doing superior damage, but it's exactly the same as a standard bar, so, you know, it's only heavier and basically heavier for no reason. And then you've got the bow bars, which look kind of cool. One of them is armor piercing. I'm not actually sure whether that would work or not. Hopefully it would, but we're going for the superior damage approach of this. And this one makes your targets bleed. I'd be very surprised if I hit someone with that and it actually bleed. I don't have the liberty of changing these bars because I don't know the dual bar myself. I had to get that through a external mod, thanks to Lyvvie. And the flamer is a thing that you get. It's in the scope attachment point, and that's the only thing you can get. Once that's on, you can't take it off, so you better be happy with it. And that's basically the attachment. It's just a little bit more energy damage. So here's the situation. I'm basically 60% damage out, or out of 60% extra damage that I could get from having this thing spec'd in such a way that would give it more damage, and I don't have the sneaky ninja perks to get me more sneak attack crit damage, but I'm still going to try to use this in a sneaky fashion, and it looks like we can do that. So when it comes to killing dudes with enemies, that's fine. They don't really give a shit. They can bash you and everything, but they're not going to give you that much of a problem. They don't stagger you or block you like melee dudes, so if we find ourselves some guy with a hammer, which we don't appear to have any, luckily enough, well, the time of that will come for a second. That was weird, it sort of stopped. Alright, well, whatever, we'll keep on going then, we'll go around the back. Whoever cleared this place out was very sloppy. Alright, here's some more. That one has rifles again, so sneak attack will pull away, and as you can tell, our stealth is very short-lived when it comes to killing these guys. And now that there's a guy with a hammer there, we've basically hit a brick wall. He's going to block our attacks pretty much as soon as we can get them going, so there is no way we can actually defeat this guy now. Notice how he's always blocking my attacks, and he has more range than me, I guess he's a big super mutant, but yeah, depending on how much he bothers to block our attacks, that stops us completely, which means we have to wind up the weapon again before we're actually able to take him out. And there we go, he's just blocked me there. Our chainsaw bounces right off like it's fucking made of rubber or something, and we have to attack again. So that's the third time he's done that. Fourth time. Almost got him. See, if I was surrounded by a bunch of guys with rifles or miniguns, I'd be so fucked right now. That's a bloody missile launcher too. Nice. Well, I wasn't impressed from one of those, so you know what? You can just keep that, mate. Alright, we'll move on to this next slot over here. We'll chop up this turret if we haven't already. You know, if those turrets are of the explosive variety and we don't have pneumatic bits on our armor pieces, then we're gonna have a bit of trouble. This guy is yet another rifleman dude, but he gets a lucky shot off, cripples us, resulting in a stagger, and then we can kill him after that. We'll pop a stim pack, and then we'll quickly head inside. So I think you get the deal against super mutants. Once we enter a melee fight, we basically hit a brick wall. So what about things that cannot block? Well, we've got a bunch of ghoulies over here, so we'll give these guys a go, and hopefully we'll remember to show off what this thing can do with that adrenaline damage after a bit. So these guys will run and charge into me, but it looks like we can perma-stagger them, so there's no reason for me to let off the trigger now, is there? Now, when you use this thing, like, I guess an earthquake happens because, yikes, it's almost like you get motion sickness if you saw this in VR. That'd be horrible, but it looks like we can perma-stagger ghouls, so, yeah, for some reason it's more effective against ghouls. It's like a zombie apocalypse, right? They can't touch me. They can't do anything to me. So if it's anything that this weapon can do well, it is definitely quite lots of ghouls, so, you know, if you feel like using this thing in a nuke zone, equip yourself some, hang on, just stop there for some reason. It's done that twice now, maybe that's supposed to do that, or I don't know. Maybe I'm not using it properly, but still, yeah, if you want to chuck on glow sight, actually use this thing in a nuke zone, you actually might go pretty well with it. And obviously, being in power armor, it means you get staggered less anyway, so that'll go really well with it too. A little bit disappointing that we can't get the necessary damage boosts out of the perks because, you know, we're missing out on heaps of damage, and I do think the drill is outperforming it right now. I think I already got all these guys up, didn't I? Yeah, I totally all lured them in before. So at least this thing is loud and it draws the ghouls in. So if you want to farm yourself some white springs, you know, you could actually do pretty well with this thing. So that's our damage. 51 ballistic and 19 energy, which is, it's okay. It hits very fast, so you got to remember that. Was that a vampire's cry later? Nice one. And yeah, it's good against ghouls. If nothing else, it goes well against the ghouls. Oh, look out. Swan decided to be legendary today. We're still going to use this as stealthily as we can, because when you think of stealth melee weapons, if you don't think of... oh, that's gotta hurt, this one. If you don't think of chainsaws when you think of stealth melee weapons, then I think you're doing it wrong. Oh yeah, this ain't gonna fly at all. We can't stagger him at all. He's too big. He's too big of a target. But we can at least resist being smashed by his attacks. Okay, so I don't know what stops us from being staggered there. It'd be cool if, you know, having someone use this. Oh god, we're gonna die to Swan here. He's gonna beat our asses up because we can't do anything. Oh, and he does block as well. He's got this little block animation where he sort of holds his hand out, and that's gonna block every single attack. So basically, we're fucked at this point. I could do a stim pack, but you know, I don't want to make this fight go out too long. Also, I'm probably getting a little bit of damage with this thing from unyielding. You know, it'd help if I didn't fucking go in the water. So, oh, that's better. For some reason, it's hitting faster now. Oh, I don't know. Oh my god, no. Come to the shallow end, Swan, come on. Play nicely. No, come in range, would ya? Stop blocking, that's cheating, Swan. Stop that. Stop it now. Like, I think this is like the worst anti-super mutant weapon anyway you slice it, because against baby regular super mutants, even like 5 and 11 basics and skirmishes, you're just gonna fucking hit a brick wall when it comes to these guys. You can't do anything. You can't fucking do anything. Alright, there we go. And he gave us a Berserker's Grognak axe for our troubles. You know, you could have given us something better for the extreme amount of effort that I went through to do that. I'm glad that I bulk stim packs before I tried this, because this isn't working. Alright, since the regular location where I take on Mylurks is currently occupied, we're gonna kill rats instead. There she is. Oh good, I'm gonna get the blight from this. And it's the mole rats who are aggroed now, aren't they? No, stop staggering me. That's right, get out of here. Oh, the Mylurk Queen's gonna do this now. Good, good, I'm glad. Not just pop a preemptive stim pack here, 'cause this ain't gonna work, is it? No. I'm gonna keep on going, though. We'll beat him one day, right? If I could just cripple your legs so you stop moving around. Yep, it's basically the railway rifle of melee weapons here. It doesn't work with perks, it's attachments only give it a little bit of a benefit, I suppose, and now it's summoning babies. Well, actually, that actually worked out well, because when she was summoning her babies to attack me, they didn't actually, well, she didn't actually attack me herself. Also, I can stand in this water without being horribly irradiated, which works. And now I'm going to do this until all of the Myleth babies are dead. So, standard procedure happens here. I equip Enforcer and take the Scorch Beast down with that by shooting it in the wings, forcing it to land, and then when it gets on the ground, I start chopping it up with whatever melee weapon I do have. Now, do I have it on my quick select? Yes, I do. Oh, he's decided to land over there, which is not ideal, because not only will I be picking up passive rads from the bat, but the actual fissure site itself. Also, the flaming chainsaw casts a light around you, so I guess that's another reason why I can't be stealthy with this thing at all. Oh good, a melee gun zombie. Luckily they forgot how to hit me, so that works. Anyways, we'll just go ahead and chainsaw this thing until it dies. This is going to take a very long time. Okay, there's a few precautions I need to take, I think. As my chainsaw just randomly goes. Okay, it's stuck on. Let's see here. I don't have Rad Shield, but I got diluted Rad Axe. I don't want to lose my mutation. That's pretty bad. Okay, it looks like gun zombies aren't too bad when it comes to being staggered, but oh man, you can stop that now, please. Also, I probably should quick select my bloodied combat shotgun. There we go. And instead of using the the chainsaw, it's much easier just doing that. So this is the... He just flew into me, the bastard. Okay, now he's just toying with me. Well, we'll see how cheeky that fucking bat face is when I end you with a fucking bugged-ass weapon, mate. You hear me? Come on, concentrated fire. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Well, my belief was misplaced, apparently. Alright, at this point, that wing's got to be hella busted. Ew, I said hella. That's disgusting. Alright, down you get, mate. Here we go. Activate Escape Artist. And I go to turn my Pip-Boy light off, but nope, that's just a chainsaw lighting up. Now, every time it does a dab attack, that's going to stagger me, so it's going to be this nonsense. So, if you could just not do that, that would be good. A little bit of lag behind that. But if we get him in the sensitive areas, it's like a guaranteed critical hit, right? Also, I'm not getting rads from him, which I feel like I should be. Maybe I neutered him before and, you know, whatever rads were coming out didn't work. Also, I can't believe this is actually working. The only reason it is working is because we're out tanking. Are we even losing health? Oh wait, we wouldn't be, because obviously we've got Barbarian on. That works. See? I set up myself well. It's just going to be a tank-on-tank slugging match where no one's got particularly good weapons, but I eventually win because I've got Stimpaks. Bats, they carry Stimpaks sometimes, but they can't use them. So, yep, there you have it. That was the chainsaw, and it was quite a disappointing weapon. It's obvious that this thing needs to be spec'd from something. Obviously, Slugger is the way to go, since, look at this, I'm holding it with two hands. So, yeah, that'd be nice, Bethesda. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing this thing change for a while now because patch 9 is just around the corner, so, you know, it'll take a while for them to actually take a look at this. So, the attachments are bugged. The keywords to make this thing, you know, do damage through those perks is bugged, and the way it works is not great with the constant staggers. I don't know how you're going to fix that without it being like a troll weapon for players to use on each other, but do something about it where they can't just completely block you all day because you're attacking like that. That never happens with the Ripper, does it? I don't think I've ever seen that with the Ripper or Handy Buzzblade, although those things can actually be used for stealth, so, You know, this thing shouldn't have to be used with stealth to make it good, but, you know, it'd be cool if it functioned like the others. Thank you for watching, guys.